Good morning. Hello, everyone. My name is Amone, and it's a pleasure to be with you here today. You might have noticed I've been joined by some of my colleagues who are dotted around the space. We also have a booth in the main hall, so please do come and see us. We'd be happy to welcome you. My colleagues and I work every day with customers and partners, and we help them to unlock the benefits of immersive technology and bring those benefits to their employees and also to their customers. Today, I'd really love to share with you not just the priorities that we're working on in terms of how we invest, but also to give you a sense of the products that we're shipping, and then also to help you to see the direction that we want to take in future. So I'll start off by talking about our two biggest bets, and our two biggest bets are really metaverse and AI. And they are interconnected, but broadly we can think of the metaverse as being made up of two main pillars. One is mixed reality, and the other is wearables. Actually, what we'll start to see over time is that the form factors and also the use cases will start to converge with those two categories. But we also have AI, and the easiest way to talk about AI is to reference our AI assistant, Meta AI. I have to be careful about which way around I say that because I quite often trip on the words. But also the language model on which it has been built, which is Llama. And I'll talk more about both of those products a bit later. Mixed reality really is for everyone, and you might recognize this device as our latest addition to the Quest family, the Quest 3S. But before I talk about the Quest 3S, I want to talk about the Quest 3 just generally. So last year, we launched the Quest 3 device, and it was really the first high-quality mainstream mixed reality device to hit the market at an accessible price point. And we continue to innovate on the Quest series. And what we've done with the Quest 3S is that we brought the same mixed reality, high-performant device to you, but at a lower price point. Quest 3 has been really innovative, and companies have worked over the last year to bring the benefits of immersive technology to their organization. So, for example, companies are using the Quest 3 device to help their employees to do fire safety training. I've also seen call centers use the device to train their agents on how to manage customers with more empathy, how to manage conflict, how to be more resilient in the face of escalations. And then, excitingly, we were also starting to see the technology in airlines. So this year, we've seen companies launch mixed reality experiences within the cabin, enhancing the type of entertainment that you can enjoy on those 13-hour flights. Just a few weeks ago, we released the Quest 3S, and I'll talk a bit more about it. It is available today, and it's also on our booth, so please do come and have a look at the technology. But really, this device, like I mentioned before, has the same vivid pass-through as the Quest 3 device. The hand tracking is incredibly accurate. Trust me, I watch Netflix in the dark quite a lot, and the hand tracking helps me to change between the different series that I'm watching. And then, of course, the touch controllers. I want to say that anyone who's invested in the Quest 3 device, I want to assure you that you've still got a really great headset. The Quest 3S is available at a lower price point, and it's actually perfect for organizations who are just starting on their journey, or for organizations who are now thinking about scaling more broadly across their organizations. So the Quest 3S joins the Quest 3 family in our lineup. And like I said, both devices are on our booth, so please do come and take a look. The Quest 3 device has allowed organizations to bring mixed reality to their organizations, not just in terms of enterprise, but also in terms of education. And I want to share with you an example of an education organization who have used mixed reality and who are integrating it into their curricula. And I'll play a short video to illustrate this.
The Inspired Education Group has 120 schools around the 6 continents.
Put your headsets on.
We are using more than 2,000 MetaQuest devices in all of our schools around the globe.
The trigger is to select one of the components.
Teaching with virtual and mixed reality, we are using all of these possibilities to enhance the curriculum. We are providing experiences to our students.
This is amazing!
Everything can be tailor-made in geography.
Can you pick it up?
Yeah. Computer science.
Whoa, whoa!
And arts lesson.
What is this one?
We noticed that the students who were using the headsets improved their performance. Seeing some of the students that were more shy during a lesson, and when they were behind a headset, they were a completely different student.
Isn't it cool? It's amazing.
The MetaQuest helped the Inspired Education Group to achieve one of our main goals, that is to have global citizens. We are taking our students places where we couldn't, and we are connecting teachers, we are connecting students from different parts of the world. The headsets give the opportunity to our students to learn faster, learn in a better way, but also to learn in a way that makes sense for them.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have to say, I am very excited about that. It's been a real pleasure to work with the Inspired Education team. And, they're doing some really exciting stuff. For example, like I love French. I studied it at school, started learning it when I was 8, and, only really became fluent at it when I moved to Paris to study. But Inspired Education are doing things like giving their students the ability to practice Spanish by going into a virtual cafe. The cafe features students who are actually based in one of their schools in Spain, so native Spanish speakers, talking to their colleagues in a school in the UK who were sitting down and ordering from a menu and practicing. I mean, how incredible. I'm definitely sure I would have learned to speak fluently much earlier if my lessons had been as interesting as that. Okay, so I want to move on to talk about a blank slide, maybe. Can you see that? It's a bit dark. Oh, it went? Okay, fine, it played already while I was talking. All right, so what I would have said is that presence is one of the defining factors of immersive technology. And therefore, when companies use presence, I guess one of the most common use cases is digital twins. So the ability to create a replica of an environment, and that's really useful not just for design, but also to help people to think through operations. We're working to improve the quality of the imaging so that we get really hyper-realistic rendering. And we hope that this technology will lead us to a place where eventually companies will be able to scan an environment, scan a room on a phone, and have that rendered in the metaverse immediately. Some of those images are available on the Quest 3 device, so if you have one or if you wanted to take a look at some of those, it's possible to do that. Now, I'll talk about AI because a lot of the technologies that I've already spoken about to leverage AI as a common thread. I guess there are kind of two main things. One is that Meta AI, the AI assistant that I mentioned before, will be available across the Quest 3 range, but also Llama, which is our open source large language model, LLM, launched as Llama 3 earlier this year, really makes it possible for conversations to become more natural. So by it being multimodal, we're able to provide different inputs to the model, so for example, images, and that has some actually really interesting implications for the technology as it evolves, and I'll talk about that in just a sec. This is actually my favorite product at the moment, the Meta Ray-Bans. I don't know if anyone has had the chance to try them. If you haven't, we do have some on the stand, so please do come along. We announced these at Connect last year, and as a result, we've seen the emergence of a new category of AI device. I think most people thought that we would have to wait to get full holographic AR glasses before this technology takes off. But what we've seen is that the combination of AI and also just the fact that they actually just look very cool, these glasses have been a real hit. Some of my favorite features are listening to music. So quite often I'll go for a walk or I'll go for a walk run and I'll listen to music as I do that. But you're also able to make voice calls and video calls and share what you're looking at with the person that you're talking to. All available in a range of different styles, and we'll continue to build on and evolve this range. The glasses continue to get smarter and smarter. So the Meta AI assistant that I mentioned before will make it possible not just for the technology to see what you're seeing, but also hear what you're hearing, which means that the AI assistant just gets better at supporting you. We will be rolling out more technology in this space, and some of the bets that we'll be placing in the future are to make the AI the conversation more natural and easier. We're also adding the ability for the glasses to remember things, so they can remind you of an appointment that you have. They can also take action based on text. So for example, you could look at a billboard and see a phone number on the billboard and ask the AI assistant to make a call for you to that number. Same with QR codes. We're also partnering with Be My Eyes, which is basically an organization that works with people with visual impairments to help them to better identify objects. So for example, someone with a visual impairment could be looking at a box of, say, medication or maybe even a recipe, and they could call into Be My Eyes and actually be told exactly what they're looking at, just a way to help improve the experience that that person is having as they try to navigate the world around them. So we talked about the updates within our portfolio, so let's talk about what's coming next. And I wonder how many times we'll see Orion today. I know you saw it a bit earlier in the presentation just before this one. Now, my colleagues have asked me to please say several times that we don't have Orion with us today. So I'm sorry to disappoint you. I know, but I'm trying to give you the next best thing. I will give you a sense of what Orion is. So we believe that this is the most advanced pair of AR glasses that has ever been built. And Orion is our full working prototype. And it's really, if you like, the North Star that we will use to help inform the roadmap of AR glasses as we bring them to market.
This is Orion, our fully functioning prototype of the most advanced glasses the world has ever seen. About a decade ago, I started putting together a team of the best people in the world to build these glasses. The requirements were simple, but the technical challenges were insane. They needed to be glasses, not a headset, no wires, and less than 100 grams.
That's quite the cliffhanger, isn't it? I don't know whether that video is going to play in full, but let's assume that it did. I just love the timing there as well. It almost looked deliberate. I think if the video had continued, you would have seen basically the glasses being used in different situations, right? So here are some screenshots or kind of images from that video. Basically, the challenge was wild, right? We needed to figure out how to bring all that technology into a form factor that was small enough and comfortable enough to wear on the face. If you think about cooling, for example, you couldn't have like little fans built into the technology to keep the devices cool. You had to figure out how to keep them cool without doing that. We also needed to make sure that we had a wide enough field of view, so we built that out to about 70 degrees. The glasses have to be sharp enough to pick up text, bright enough to work in different lighting environments, large enough to show a kind of cinema-wide screen display if you're looking to watch content. And they need to be crystal clear. You know, it's not pass-through in the way that you see it on the Quest 3 devices. This is real world, right? And also, if somebody messages you on the device, you want to be able to answer that call or read that message without disrupting what you're doing. So there's quite a lot of considerations that go into building out the device. We only have a few of them actually worldwide, which is part of the reason why we don't have one here with us today. But I think one of my colleagues, at least one of them in the room, has tried them firsthand and would be happy to talk to you about them if you come to the stand. All right, so I just want to share another video, which hopefully will play, and it talks about the journey that we've been on to develop the glasses.
But we're not going to be here in the 2030s communicating and using computing devices that are exactly the same as what we have today, and someone has to build that and believe in it.
Meta invented a damn time machine. Hi, Nora. Daddy's calling from the future. I'm wearing these amazing AR glasses that you'll probably use when you grow up.
Over the next 10 years, The form factor is just going to keep on getting smaller and smaller, and eventually we're going to have what looks like normal-looking glasses.
You're looking at the culmination of decades of breakthrough inventions in nearly every field of computing. It's one of the hardest challenges the tech industry's ever attempted. See, Orion is a time machine. It'll let Meta live in the future as they build the next generation of AR experiences. Now let me nerd out for a second, because this is a technological marvel. The display isn't made of glass. It's made of silicon carbide, which delivers an unprecedented 70-degree field of view. That means Meta engineers figured out how to bend light beams in ways it does not like to bend. The frames are made of magnesium, just like an F1 car, because it's light and radiates away heat. I mean, you can't just put a fan in glasses. Orion cools itself by glowing. It uses the same materials NASA uses to cool satellites in space. You have to be absurdly determined to build something like this. But competitiveness runs deep around here. Mark wouldn't even let me beat him at Pong.
But then, of course, the full vision is you just have like a full field of view, holograms, where, you know, we're having this conversation of the future, and like I'm sitting on your couch next to you as a hologram, and we're just there, and we have this full sense of presence. Here we are.
Oh yeah, forgot to mention, large holographic displays. The real world is our canvas. Our experiences shouldn't be limited to glowing rectangles. One day soon, we'll once again look up, connected, empowered, and present.
So there are still things we want to improve, right? So we want to improve the resolution, for example. We want to reduce the form factor further. And we want to make sure that we get the price point to be more in line with, say, a smartphone or a laptop. All of which we've got line of sight to, but it will be a bit of a journey. Everything that we learn along the way will inform the glasses as we release them to market. Okay, so I want to bring us back to 2024 and where we are now. So bring us back to present day. Last year, we announced our Quest for Business product, and here are some of the key features that we've introduced since then, and also some of the products that we will be introducing over time. The ecosystem continues to grow, and I do want to just take a few moments to say a big thank you to all of our partners, resellers as well as ISVs who've been working with us on this journey and helping us to deliver better services to our customers. All right, I have gone through quite rapidly, so I am going to wrap up a bit earlier than planned, and hopefully that's okay and can be accommodated. But yeah, I just want to finish by saying a big thank you. Thank you for listening to this keynote. Please do come visit us out in Hall X5. We're right at the front, and we'd be more than happy to talk to you some more about what you've heard today and also to show you some of the products that we've been working on. Thank you.